If you were looking for a wireless lav mic, up until like a few days ago I'd have been pointing you towards the Rode Wireless Gold 2. Then I found this Hollyland Lark Max, which as it turns out is a pretty serious contender for Rode's crown. It's got some pretty neat features, so let's dive in and compare the popular Rode Wireless Gold 2 against the Hollyland Lark Max. Out of the gate, both of these mics share some common qualities. Both can take an external mic, and both the Hollyland and the Rode offer external mics that just plug in. Makes it easy to hide the mic, and both also offer internal recording. And if I'm being absolutely honest, both actually sound really good, as you're going to hear as we go through this video. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be doing comparisons. I'm going to be switching between mics. Where I think the Hollyland has stolen the lead from Rode, well, actually there's a few areas, but let's start with the case. Now the Rode does come packed in this beautiful cardboard box, and it does have a nice picture on the front. Hollyland have taken a slightly more practical approach and provided a nice carrying case, inside of which you get this tough case with a flip up lid. Now this actually also charges the mics when they're not in use. In fact, this case gives you up to 22 hours of charging. When you take the mic out, it switches the unit on automatically and syncs it. And when you put it back in, it turns it off and tops up the charge. That's nice. The Rode, on the other hand, you've got to charge each unit independently. And if you forget, well, you're hosed. So, right out of the gate, the Hollyland is ahead. And of course, this case makes it easy to just like throw it in a camera bag for travelling. And you know, when you take it out to use it, the mic's going to be fully charged. And the other thing I like about the Hollyland is just the feel of the mics. They're smaller, but they feel really well made, and the case feels really solid. The other thing that I'm not over fond of on the Rode is the display and the menu system. The icons are they're just too small. It's not very intuitive, and some of the functions require you to hold down like 2 buttons in a sequence, which just makes it way too overcomplicated. Or if you don't want to use the screen, you've got to then plug your mic into your computer and then use the Rode Central app to alter the mic settings, which just isn't convenient. The Hollyland, on the other hand, has gone for the less mentally challenging option of providing a nice clear screen that's operated with a simple wheel using nice icons and clear text. You just press the menu button. We've got record mode, mic settings, and if I just touch it, you can select the mic you want and adjust either mic 1 or mic 2. Press it again and I can adjust the recording settings. I can decide if I want to record in stereo or mono, and this is actually being recorded now in mono. I can even set it to record a safety track in case, say, my main recording, it isn't good enough. Maybe you've had the volume a little bit too loud. Maybe it's peaked. Well, you've got a backup. Bottom line, there's quite a lot you can do with it, and unlike the Rode, it's easy to figure out. And of course, with both the Rode and the Hollyland, you can of course record directly to your camera. Both come with a cable that allows you to connect them directly, and both just slide onto the hot shoe mount of a camera. With both of these mics, you can also record to a smartphone. But if you get the Rode, you've then got to go and buy a special cable to do that. It's called an SC7. But the Hollyland comes with a cable that fits directly into a phone or a tablet. So that's another plus for the Hollyland. And of course, you can connect either of these mics to your computer via USB and record directly to your hard drive. Maybe use them for Zoom or a webinar. In fact, I do this all the time. Now, as I'm going through this video, post in the comments which mic you think sounds the best. I'd love to know. And while you're at it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So let's talk about internal recording. Now with both of these mics, the Rode and the Hollyland, they both offer internal recording, but for some reason, I'm not sure why they've done this. With the Rode, you have to download their software to be able to access the internal recordings, which is frankly a right royal pain in the arse. Prior to shooting this video, I spent an hour trying to get the Rode Central app to load the recordings. It just kept throwing up errors. Fortunately, quite a few other people have had the same issue, and somebody did figure the problem out on YouTube and showed me the workaround. But come on, Rode, we don't need to be jumping through hoops like this. To access your internal recordings on the Hollyland, you just plug it into your computer. There you go. They're your recordings. and it will actually record up to 14 hours worth of audio, which is pretty impressive. To set up for internal recordings on the road, you've got to connect the transmitter to your computer, then go into the Rode Central software and set it up first. You can actually set it to record always, or set it so that when you press the button on the top of the transmitter, it will actually start to record. On the Hollyland, well, you just press this little button here on the side and it records. If you like, you can go into the settings and set it to always record. Either way, it's easy. Now, attaching either of these mics is pretty easy. Just clip them onto your shirt. But the Hollyland, this is actually really simple and pretty cool. They've got these little magnets. You just put the mic inside your shirt, clip the magnet on. I think they've missed the trick. They should have made this like a badge with their logo on it. But what about the range? Well, both the Rode and the Hollyland have decent range. The Rode claims 656 feet and the Hollyland actually does 820 feet. Now, this is clear line of sight. And I very much doubt in the real world you're going to be filming at anywhere near that kind of range with audio. I'm now at 600 feet away from the camera, and this is far beyond the practical range which you would typically use a mic to capture audio for your video. What we want is a more realistic simulation of what you'd experience in real life, where there might be objects in the way, where things might block the path of the mic. So let's do a more real life simulation. So I'd consider this distance to be a more realistic simulation of where you're going to be capturing audio and video. And to make it more real life, let's put an object in the way. My house. So now we've not got a clear line of sight. So let's test the road, see what the road's like. So testing the road without a clear line of sight. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Now the Hollyland. So testing the Hollyland without a clear line of sight. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. So there we have it. Both mics performed pretty well when they're in a real life situation at a realistic distance without a clear line of sight. Now, the last feature I want to tell you about on this Hollyland is noise cancellation. As you can see, I'm outside and you can hear the birds and all the sounds of nature. Great, but you might not want it on your recording. If I just press this little button here, you can see the little light turns green, and that's it, noise cancellation. And the thing is, it doesn't sound over processed. For a mic at this price point, it's absolutely fantastic. As a summary, I think that the Hollyland is likely the best bang for your buck. Comes with a charging case. It's really well made. And the menu is just so much easier to navigate. You don't have to go jumping through hoops to download your recordings. And it's got an excellent built-in noise cancellation. Anyway, I hope this has helped. Until next time, bye for now.